We're back at the job this morning, and if you're just now joining us, we're following along the process of building this mega-sized modern home on the side of a mountain, and we're gonna pick up right where we left off on Friday, building this wall.
Yo, we don't work Fridays.
Oh, that's right. It was Thursday.
Yeah.
My bad. So we're framing this wall the same as we did the angled walls on the other side because it worked really well. We've snapped chalk lines where the angled top plate needs to go and the straight bottom plate. We screwed our plates down straight to that line and then just measured the studs and put them in, then we'll stand it up. Ooh, do we want to get too crazy with this? I think we can stand it up.
Oh, standing it.
Yeah, maybe not this big header.
No, definitely not.
Ray went to the fair Friday night. How was that?
It was interesting. I've never been. Let me tell you something. You've never heard anything until you've heard a judge describe a sheep and a goat. If you had your eyes closed, you would think he's talking about a woman. I'm not even kidding you. Ask Jamie. Jamie said the same thing.
She's so voluptuous, those hips and curve. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it was way more raunchy than that.
No.
Believe me, bro, it was a total sheep show.
We've got everything stuck in that we're gonna do, so now we're just in the plates from the chalk line. We'll stand it up and then finish out all the rest of it.
All right, if everything is perfectly aligned, this wall will slide up into place as we stand it with zero clearance on each side, but most likely it'll just get hung up on one side or the other because there is no extra clearance space. So we're gonna take these braces loose that are holding the sidewalls in place, give us a little bit of a spread, like maybe a 1/2 inch per side would be nice at the top. And this one will go up without hitting the walls on the sides, and then we'll bring it all back together.
I also want to point out that I cut this brace loose, but then I put a screw under it so that as soon as we have this wall stood, I can run these two back in like immediately. Let's see if I can get this all flushed up here. Not really checking plumb, I just want them to line up. So it's good right there. And then like 3/4 out right there. Well, that did it easy. That looks good.
In the middle here, we have a giant header that we're gonna put up, and we didn't put it up on the ground because it is so heavy, and it's a big wall. So we're gonna build it in place right now.
We're also gonna pack this in 1 inch because I inch monstered the rough opening and made it 1 inch too wide.
Too big's better than too little.
But yeah, that's easier than making it too narrow like Jamie said.
I'm gonna put my end in first, and you go high, and it's gonna push a little bit.
Right now, Jamie and Jason are adjusting the straightness of this top plate off of this rigid beam with a little wedge stick. Because if we were to just cut these cripples with where that plate is just hanging there, the top of the wall guaranteed would not be straight. And Jamie's had Jason adjust it like five separate times already.
Don't breathe, bro, because that stick's gonna fall if you do.
It's just right. It's perfect.
All right, now take a number. There we go. This is really important. We don't want that humped up because our truss that is supposedly going to be flat is going to have to sit right on that. If there's a hump, it's going to cause all kinds of problems. So is the rest of that straight enough to just pull numbers now?
It is, but we still have to be super careful not to wedge a board in that's a little too long, because it'll just get taller and taller. It's really easy to do.
I'm taking all these boards that I'm cutting the notch out of with the bevel cut, and I'm holding them like in the orientation they're going to go on the wall, and then I'm laying it down, and like that's the cutout. I don't want to mess these up. It's just going to take a lot of extra time, and it's pretty likely I'll mess it up if I don't just do that. So I'm just using my speed square here to scribe 1 3/4 to take out. That's the thickness of our LVL. And then what's sticking up is 10 1/4. I'm gonna go a little bit more than that, doesn't really matter. Then I'm overcutting and doing that number on this cut to cut all the way through. And just running this one long till it drops. There you go. Think we can jump to those interiors and get ready for the third floor?
Yeah, I think so, but I really got to get the truss guy on the phone because there's some wacky stuff that I can't figure out yet. The corner of the upstairs of the house is out here in no man's land, right there.
Okay.
There is nothing there.
I see that
That's
now.
why there's lamb beams and stuff. Now, I asked my truss engineer to design the floor system to go this way, which is the exact opposite of what it's drawn on this drawing as. And we would need like a large beam here across all this open space, which you can see there is one.
Yep.
But all of our trusses would hang on that. And when it comes to this hallway, we kind of have the same thing. I'm just like so close to getting it. You ever get that feeling like you're just about to understand something?
All the time. Jamie's trying to explain this thing with the floor to the truss guy over the phone right now.
It's going to be the same depth as the floor system, but may it need to be a double or can it be a single girder? I know I might have more.
Bro, we figure every wall. I don't, isn't it written down somewhere?
No. We did decide to go ahead and frame this exterior wall that makes the bathroom, and it's got 8 foot tall by 5.5 foot wide windows, 2 of them. One is in the shower and one is in the tub, and it's gonna give you like a panoramic view of the mountain and the woods. Also panoramic view in at you if anyone's out there, which luckily there's not.
So why don't you leave a comment if you would like a whole huge window in your shower.
You would like it, wouldn't you?
I'd love it.
So I've been planing on this board for like 5 minutes straight, trying to make it 1.25 inches instead of 1.5 inches. And I probably should just run it through the table saw. We packed out a little thick over here, trying to keep our window opening correct. So
I do know you made a big mess.
yeah, I just thought this would be a great idea. Just take a little off, but now it's a huge mess.
What you got?
1.25 inches.
Nice.
If you're wondering why I was going across the board, it wasn't because it makes it look pretty. It's because I was going for maximum destruction. Just like trying to get the grain to just rip and chip and get more material to go away
Rip and
quicker.
Chip, shred.
I don't know if that's a real technique, but it definitely went faster. It looks like we just really screwed up. There's a wall further out that's taller.
That doesn't happen every day on our jobs. You know, it's confusing. It really is. Because the wall that we're going to set this floor system on is not either one of those heights.
True story.
Should I explain what I'm doing here or not?
I mean, I know what you're doing. You're figuring the wall height by starting at 0 and using this wall as your baseline, like, you know.
That's right. I just drew a 212 pitch line. So I drew a line out 12 feet and I drew a line up that line 2 feet, chalked a line in between. Now I have an angle and I can place a wall
Like a certain distance from
anywhere, from the distance of the given corner. And then I can measure how much taller it is. I can't measure how tall it is.
You can measure how much taller.
I can how much taller from a reference point.
You know what's funny is you probably can't even see these lines on camera, so it's going to look like we're just pointing at the floor.
So apparently whenever you're showing these sheep and goats, you gotta do an intense stare as you're like walking around. You gotta stare at the judge like,
For real?
for real. Yeah.
I got to go to one of these now.
Super intense. and then you get them up, you get their heads up like this on you get your stance and get their heads up right here.
You got a new calling in life, Jones.
I'm not doing it.
Oh yeah, the way
I'm
you're
too
holding
old.
that,
It was all kids.
the way you're holding that level, bro.
Today's video is brought to you by HOUZZ PRO, which is an all-in-one business solution for builders, contractors, remodelers, and designers. It's got a ton of great features that can help streamline your business. And one of the great things is it can help you work with subs easier. And if you're in building, obviously you're gonna be working with subs. Let me hit some of the highlights of how that can help you out. With HOUZZ PRO, there's 3 easy ways you can add a subcontractor. You can add them to your subcontractor list, you can add them to an individual project, or you can add them within task and scheduling. Then you just fill out their information with the drop-down menu, and you can invite them via email, text, or both. And you can upload your subcontractor's key certificates and documentation right into their file, so you always have a record of it. And just like most other things in HOUZZ PRO, you can control the permissions and manage what the subcontractor can see about your project and what they can't. It's a really great way to communicate with your subs efficiently and easy, keep them up to speed on your project so you can get them in, get them out at the right time. And the really big deal though is that your subs do not have to be tech savvy to use this. They don't even need an account. They don't need passwords. They don't need login. They can communicate everything they need to know through their email or text messages, whichever they're most comfortable, and it'll all show up in HOUZZ PRO. And that's a huge selling point for subs. If you send them something they have to figure out and it's all techie and they just don't have the time to do it, they're not gonna do it. So it's amazing that they make it this easy for the subs to get all this information. You can also collaborate with your subcontractors using the bid management feature, which allows you to get bids or quotes from your subcontractors, ones you have used already or new ones. That way you can get a price put together really easy for your client, and you know who gave what bid, how much it was. It's all in your dashboard, easy to find and recall if you need that information. Again, this is just a couple of the features in HOUZZ PRO that could help you out. And if you want to try it for free, just click the link in our video description below the video. There's a phone number there as well if you'd prefer that. You can try it for free. Thank you, HOUZZ PRO, for sponsoring our video, and let's get back to work. How are you planning on getting these windows up here?
Dude,
They are giant.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's not in the truck.
Well, you see, I don't have a plan.
Okay.
That's the plan. No
That's
plan.
great.
I'm thinking some heavy equipment though.
It'll have to be a lull or something.
We need some machinery. We need a sponsor.
A lull sponsor. They're gonna be probably 500 pounds each.
Tempered. All right, it's been fun. I got a couple yards to mow.
You got a little something going on right there.
That, you know, I didn't think anybody would notice that because Dad said it was barely noticeable. Yeah, it's too bad, huh?
Yeah,
You want to know what I did?
sure.
I got in my truck and I forgot it had a trailer hooked to it because it was not a work day. And I had my whole family, my kids are all in the back seat, my wife's in, and I jump in. I just throw it in reverse because I'm thinking it's family time. Forgot I had the trailer and just reamed it out. I mean, really hard. I was so ticked. I didn't even get out to look at it when it happened. I just pulled forward and I heard the trailer go bang. I thought, well, that was weird. I guess that was pulling the bumper. And then I just left and drove like an hour just before I got out and looked at it.
We got off a little early there, so I'm down here at Bryson City Outdoors to pick up a new e-bike, used e-bike actually. They're selling their rental fleet down here, and I got lucky enough to get one and get some fresh shirts and hats. I'm gonna be on Dr. Phil's news network tonight talking about the trades. I think it's called the Merit Network. And so I gotta do that at 7 live. Gonna get a fresh hat, fresh shirt. There's actually a few more of these, so if you're interested in getting one, just email info@BrysonCityOutdoors.com. I also got a dirt jumper. So it's a good day. We're getting started this morning with the section of walls we did not want to do at the 5 o'clock hour yesterday, I would say. We had to think a lot. So we've got an 11-foot 1 1/8 wall that a 212 pitch roof will come off of coming up this way. We've got these jacks that are 10 1 1/8. A girder is going to sit there and run across that way, and a floor system is going to butt into that this way and continue across the house. And then finally we have an 8-foot wall here that a 312 pitch roof will come off of, intersecting the 212 and the floor system at some point, which is undetermined to us at this point.
I hope it didn't break. It's the only one I have.
I can tell from across the job site every time it's Jason putting a screw in, because it has this particular noise where he spins a bit out like mid-drill every time.
Every time.
There's a reason why my drill's spinning like that. You know that. I can't pull it with that finger because it's broken, so I got to use this one the whole time. And it's, you ever try to drill like that? It's hard, dude.
You need to get that splinter pulled out.
Bro, it's with me for life, I think.
Yeah, I love how you just told everyone it was broken.
Yeah.
No, it's broken that it doesn't work properly.
Okay, everybody's like completely alarmed. What is broken?
I mean, it's not broken, but it just doesn't work properly.
Splinter.
Dude, you saw it. Look at, you can tell
I'm
how.
not downplaying that.
Look,
It
it's
sucks.
swelled. It's done
You need
swelled
to get it
up.
pulled out. We've got the owner's suite pretty much walled in here. It's gonna be a huge room with a fantastic view. And I've got a 3D rendering here. We'll kind of spin around, show you what it's gonna look like in the end. This is gonna be a really nice spot to stay. So this is a double door, D. Door 48 by 96. So we need a 50-inch RO, I believe. This is gonna be quite the entrance to the bedroom here. Double every time for a dramatic effect. I don't know if that works for him. Doesn't work for me.
That would annoy the crap out of me.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, every single time. This just seems like a lot of work.
Hey, I gotta hand it to Jamie. While we've been up here building a few walls, he has modeled this entire house in SketchUp. He's got the 3D models so we can take measurements for anything up to this point. And I think he was just really trying to figure out that area we were talking about earlier that's got a bunch of roof lines and floor.
It does.
Stuff coming together and we're not sure how.
Jason's having a rough day, man. He just got stung by a bee.
And he's allergic to bees.
Yeah. And he's gonna go put peroxide on it?
That's what he said.
I don't think that helps.
How's that finger, bud?
Dude, I don't like to complain in front of Jamie. Obviously, you know why, but dude, it hurt. It hurts so bad, dude. It's like I have a heartbeat.
We're all cleared out here now, and we're gonna work on the laundry room area and the master bath area and the master closet area. There's a bunch of little walls in here and very little room to build them, actually. So hopefully we can figure out a way they can get built flat and stand them up.
I think this one right here would be good. The second one off the wall.
We're gonna wrap out the day here in the shade in the basement by doing some code required draft stop blocking in the floor truss system. You can't have more than 1,000 square feet of this floor truss system in one piece. Right now it's like 3,000 square feet. So we're gonna break it into several pieces by blocking off a truss with some 3/4 Advantech.
Oh, we'll go all the way down the one hole truss. 23 7/8 off the end of the board.
Yeah, 4-foot sections I think would be easier to handle. How's the fingers?
I want to try to explain the difference between what we're doing now, which we would consider draft stopping, which is just simply to divide the airspace, versus fire blocking or firewall dividing buildings. Like when we built the duplex,
Yes.
we had a, what was it, double 5/8 on each side, or was it just one side?
I believe it was on one side,
Yeah.
double 5/8 drywall.
So if we were trying to stop fire, we would be required to have an 1.5 inch thick fireproof layer. And
Yeah.
we're not doing this. It's made of wood, the thing that we're gonna put up, and it could burn, but it is simply to All right. The main purpose of... You done, Ray? Yep. All right, he's done.
So why do we have to do that?
It's building code.
For what?
Explain it to you.
Yeah, he was gonna explain it, but you kept running the Sawzall, so now nobody knows.
Now nobody knows?
That's right.
Well, you can thank me later.
If I had any advice for any of you building a house, do this type of thing now, like while the framing's happening, before your subs get in here and run a bunch of pipes and wires through this truss system, then you will never get this put in. And if you do, it'll take days. It'll be terrible. You are allowed to put holes in it, like they can come puncture it as long as they air seal it, but you don't want to be the guy having to cut around their stuff. Did you do the tongue and groove engagement on purpose there, Lee, did?
I did. I thought that would be nice, although right now we're getting ready to lose that because I have to already go around an obstruction there, or bracing that had to be in place.
That has to run through though.
Gotta run through. So yeah, we're already stuck. There's another one down there.
Now on this side of the house, it'd be nice just to do this section of truss and then our stairwell breaks, but we have to divide somewhere from the other side. We want to do it right here on this girder truss, but then we'll cover up our hangers and the inspector needs to look at those. So what we're going to do is do that side of that truss and then skip over and do one of these full trusses. And we did check that plus the other side is still under 1,000. Well, Jason did the math.
Kind of.
Okay.
It's a long time since you don't do math often.
We do math every day.
Not like that kind of math.
That is a wrap for today. That'll make the inspectors happy. Grab my hot sauce and head home here. Thanks for building with us.
Don't worry, I asked Jason while we're doing this. He
What did
explained
he
it to
say?
me. He said because it's so many square footage, we have to add this.
It's so many square footage.
Yeah, I don't know how much, but it's so many.
Are you quoting him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So many square footage.
Right.